Alright guys and girls, Bagofsoup here, excited about the new 3.0 update that we just got this week. You can see the new user interface that we got, plus beacon rush mode, which is huge. You can see that the Zenith got a rebalance, but the Fury, the Fujin, and the Natasha got a huge speed boost. Even more so, the Rhino got a really big speed boost, which makes a big difference. The Raijin did, of course, also. And then the old school medium bots got a 10% hit points increase for each of them to help them stay in the game that much longer. In addition to that, you'll see things like the ECU shield got a big hit point increase to be more durable against snipers. You can see the Carnage got a big energy shield boost, which is huge for beacon rush mode. The Butch got a speed increase, and then the Nashorn and King Day got a damage increase as well. Plus we got new skins on the Cossack and the Padden and the Fujin and the Fury. So lots of changes for this 3.0 update. And I'm going to run a couple clan matches with the Robot Reapers clan just to show off some of the new 3.0 update changes, which is cool. So we're dropping into Dead City. Of course, I'm part of the Robot Reapers clan, and I'm joined by some of our guys like Meathead, Ghost, and Spray and Pray here. Meathead was our clan leader until just this week, and now we have Pat Gravity as our leader. Of course, Meat is still around with us, which we're glad for. First things first, check out the new user interface. Of course, we've been testing this out on the test server the last month or two, but mostly it's an overall big improvement. There's some little things that players would like to have changed, but it's been a pretty big win for the game. And they're going to be adding more and more things to it. Also, check out the once again, the speed increase on the Rhino has made a huge difference. Not only the speed boost, but the increased maneuverability and turning has been real helpful as well. And of course, keep in mind here, we are playing beacon rush mode, which means that if I'm not careful and we don't get this beacon soon enough, any killed enemy players can spawn in right at that beacon. So if you're going to grab a beacon, grab it fast, because that stalker Pinatas jumped right in, which I couldn't do much to stop. And then of course another guy jumps in here as well, and I get taken out quick. So if you're going to grab the beacons, get them fast, but be watching careful. The Rhino's a great beacon runner though with that increased speed, and of course now the Carnage Thunders has really come into play with beacon rush mode. You saw me spawn right into center beacon to get into the action faster. And the Thunders do huge damage up close. These two level 11 Thunders are doing up to 30,000 damage per second with direct shots. So definitely a huge player. The Thunders, the Orkans, and Pinatas are going to be huge for up close action in Beacon Rush. But the speed and the energy shield on the Carnage just makes a huge difference. So you'll see some guys running, Furies and Natashas with Thunders now that they can get up closer into the action, but those are slow and unshielded, and I like the Carnage because it gets up close fast and love it. So once again, I can check out where everyone is, jump right into center beacon with my Fujin. I love the Rhino for beacon rush with the speed and firepower. The Carnage Thunders up close for the speed, firepower, and the shield. And once again, the Fujin got a speed increase and the new skin here. And it's got the firepower equivalent of a Griffin or a Rhino. So you add in the increased speed now and the huge energy shield that can help deal with rockets on these close range beacon rush fights. And the Fujin is definitely now a contender for beacon rush mode. It's got good maneuverability with those 4 legs already. And with the Griffin or Rhino firepower, it can usually take down a lot of an Ancelot pretty well. You just gotta definitely wait to be fully charged up before you head in there. Some of my shots were blocked by my teammate on accident, so I didn't get to take his Ansel shield down as quick as I would like, but we still did a lot of damage to that lance and took him out. And of course I didn't get time to charge up my Orkans before facing this Plasma Galahad, but even then we still got to help take him out, which was great. So we were really controlling the match here. You can tell how fast and quick these matches go. It's like Beacon Rush mode has trimmed the fat off the game. We're giving you just the icing on the cake. So players that don't like mid to long range play or don't like having to walk across the entire map, I love fast beacon runners and powerful knife fighters. This is the mode to get. A special mention to the other team here, they were pretty much locked out of the match, and what they did was they took over our home beacon and used that for a secondary home base after their home base got spawn raided. So it was a pretty smart move. Kept them in the game a little longer too, so that's one of the neat things about Beacon Rush. My fourth bot has also been great for Beacon Rush. That's the Lance Ansel Terrans, or the Ancelot. Originally I didn't think this would be great for Beacon Rush mode because I felt like he would get swarmed up close by rocket bots and lose that Ansel shield quick. But I figured out, if you just play conservative with him, take opponents on one by one. I'm hitting this Lance from the back before he can even deal with my teammate to turn around to take me on, so that really made a big difference. But if you can play one-to-one here and not get overwhelmed, the Ancelot can really hold ground and take beacons, so it's still a really great option. So that was a quick match, less than 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, a lot of fast-paced action, and that's what Beacon Rush mode is, and it was really nice. Plus, what was cool is, before this update, anytime I wanted to platoon or play with my clan, no matter what level we were at, we were always facing max level clans, full clans, and it made it real hard to play in clan mode. But with the new update, we've been able to play a lot of clan matches and have them pretty even and fair, which has been nice. So we did pretty good there. This is the hangar I'm using once again. I used to use up to 3 mid-range where the game was lately, but with Beacon Rush mode, you can really go down to maybe 1 mid to long range at most. Some guys just run all 5 beacon runners and knife fighters with this mode. But I still think with half the maps being long range, it might not be a bad idea to keep at least 1 mid to long range bot in there just in case you need it. So that was Dead City, and now we are going to jump in. Of course, you see the 2 modes there. We're going to jump into Power Plant, and the wait times were real quick also, which is nice considering there's 2 modes and you'd think there'd be less players in each mode and it would take longer. But we're jumping in against another clan here on Power Plant, and once again, the Rhino has become one of my favorite beacon runners. The speed is huge. It's running as fast as a Rog, faster than the Galahad, almost as fast as a Gareth. So definitely great. And while he is vulnerable to rockets, he's got the huge firepower, the firepower of a Griffin, plus the shield to deal with long-range snipers if you're in that situation on open ground. So definitely the Rhino is a great option for Beacon Rush mode to get in there and then be ready with big firepower. Another great beacon runner, of course, still is the Rog Orkans, just because the Rog has the defensive jump, offensive jump, and the great speed. So I think my 3 favorite beacon runners for Beacon Rush mode would be the Rhino, the Rog, and the Carnage Thunders for sure. Thankfully, I've got some teammates here to help me out, which is always appreciated. Their Spray and Pray as well helping out. We got 2 Lances in the alleyway trying to hold off, and Ghost is jumping in with his Griffin over there. Plus Meathead, you see him jumping with the Griffin. Of course, the Griffin and the Lance are still probably the most popular bots at higher level play for Beacon Rush, but hopefully you'll see why the Fujin is a great option. The Carnage is great as well, and the Rhino. So there are definitely some cool options out there. So we've got control of the beach side of the map because we happen to get lucky to spawn in on that side. And we're going to try to head towards the enemy side of the map and see if we can start working on them. But once again, as good as the Rhino is, you've got to watch out for those jumping rocket bots. They will take you out before you realize it. Once again, with this mode, I can check the map and see where I need to jump in. I can jump right into the mess here with my Fujin Orkans and go to work. He is great on these short maps because of the shield and the firepower. Watch me take down these Ansel shields for my Griffin buddy to do some work over there. And then I've got that Ansel shield whenever I need it. I also can take out those jumping bots because all my guns are really close together. That helps when using firearms like Punishers and Molots. It helps with shooting Orkans, also the concentrated fire. So this bot is definitely dangerous and you don't want to mess with it. Plus, I'd like to say I like that gold skin on there. It really goes with the Orkans and the Terrans really well. So it's been fun to get my Fujin back in the match. We were able to take this guy out with the extra firepower. He's just kind of limping along, and the Rog jumps in to finish him off. Over on this side of the map, we're dealing with a Fury Tempest, which my Fujin's got the energy shield, but I've got to get under 300 range if I'm going to be able to take him out. Plus, there's another rocket guy to my left, so we got overpowered with our shield, unfortunately. But once again, we can jump right in. I ambushed this Griffin with my Carnage Thunders at point-blank range, which is just awesome. This bot is one of my favorites now for Beacon Rush. But once again, I know a lot of people like the Fury and Natasha with the 3 Thunders on there, but my issue with them always is they're just slow and unshielded. When you get the fast speed of that Carnage to get in and out of cover and ambush your opponents up close with the Thunders, and that Ansel shield to hold off rockets makes a huge difference. So we're doing, like I said, up to 30,000 damage here per second with these Thunders, and that can really add up. We're going to try and take this beacon from the enemy and take this guy out at point blank range. This is a Fujin, so I ran inside his shield to take him out. 2 seconds, took out 2/3 of his health. I think I would have gotten this Fury Zeus, but he had 1 Ansel, and then his plasma buddy jumped right in as I was about to finish off that Fury. But I did a ton of damage with the Carnage Thunders. So there's Meat. Me and Meat are running the Ancelots here together. 2 are better than 1, and we're going to go work on finishing off that Fury Tempest that was bothering people earlier. And we've got a Fujin around the corner with the Ansel shield plus an Ancelot. But you can tell we're controlling the map really well, and we're able to take these guys out and keep them from spawning in where they can flank us. So, man, look at that. I think that's 3 Ancelots all working together. Definitely worth having at least 1 Ancelot in your lineup, just in case. He works on a lot of maps. Anti-sniper, and of course protecting against rockets when needed. And if you have other Ansels you're dealing with, just corner shoot them and work on that shield. Bust down their shield or hit them from the side. I think I've got one of my buddies over here, Spray and Pray. And while I'm working on the Fujin, he's going to work on the Ancelot. And hopefully, while Spray and Pray is hitting him from the front, I can hit this guy from the side and the back. Help take him out. Do a little team 2-step here on him. And man, so that was a quick match once again. First one was 4.5 minutes. That was 5.5. So Beacon Rush is fast, energetic, and exciting. A quick way to get silver and lots of damage. You can see what damage my Carnage Thunders did there, facing almost a full squad. So that was a ton of fun, and Reapers did good. So definitely really enjoyed the 3.0 update, the Beacon Rush mode, and the new user interface. And before we go, I didn't really get to show off the Padden skin, the new Padden skin, and I want to show you something else that's cool about the user interface as I played a match earlier on Canyon. Watch the damage registering on this Fury Trebuchet over here. You can see the little yellow bar showing how much damage I'm taking him down. That's a huge deal because you want to see how much damage your shots are doing to know how much longer you need to be firing at them. Great for Thunders up close to see what you're doing, but even look here, I'm hitting these long-range Griffins and taking them out, and I'm able to actually see if my damage is registering. Sometimes with Molots or Gecko's long-range weapons, you can't really tell if you're hitting the guys or if you're hitting an obstacle that they're hiding behind. Or in the case of over on the right, you're going to see me working on a Galahad when he's turned sideways, and it helps me to know that I'm actually doing damage against him. And then right when he turns, I can see that that he's finally blocking me. So this is just real helpful with long-range weapons. The user interface is going to do a lot more things than people realize, and they can customize it for later additions and extra things that they need. But here you can tell how much damage I'm doing against these shield bots before they turn my way. Just pretty cool. So that's the look at the new 3.0 update. Big update we got this week. And a new look at the user interface changes, which is nice. Of course, the Beacon Rush mode as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new update and the changes, what you liked, what you didn't, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like if you did, and if you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to the channel. We got a lot more great things coming up. That's it. This is Bag of Soup, and I hope you have a great War Robots day.